Live smo. U biti, da, ne ide brojevanje. Možeš krenuti. Mislim, nema nikog još tako. Je, live smo.
Dobar dan, dobro jutro, dobrodošli u još jedno izdanje Croatians Saturday live-a. Moje ime je Antonija Tušek, ovdje sa mnom je Deno. Danas malo kasnimo zbog tehničkih poteškoća s internetom, ali a što ćemo? Nema interneta, nema emisije. Evo vidiš kako smo postali ovisni o internetu.
Tako nešto, da, previše.
Da, ali dobro, bez obzira na to, danas smo svašta zanimljivo pripremili. Naime, danas ćemo imati dvije premijere pjesme. Prva je premijera Roka Blaževića i njegove pjesme Još te sanjam. Inače, Roko Blažević, upoznali smo ga u Washingtonu kada je nastupao za hrvatsku reprezentaciju, što je bilo baš uzbudljivo evo i za njega. On inače živi u LA-u i danas će nam se pridružiti u studiju i reći će nam više o pjesmi. Zatim imamo DJ Xanija, inače dečko iz Splita, koji isto ima novu pjesmu, samo što je to malo ovako elektronika, pa je malo drugčije. A nakon toga nam dolaze founderi i osnivači startupa iz Hrvatske, koji su ovdje na Scale 2.0 programu i reći će nam sve o tome. Uglavnom imamo jako zanimljive goste, u stvari... Da, možemo biti krenuti s programom, jel
okay. Da, može. Roko je već u studiju, tako da možemo ga primiti. No?
Apsolutno.
Može, eto, okej. Evo.
Roko!
Dobro jutro.
Dobro nam došao.
Hvala lijepo, bolje vas našao.
Bio si prije nekoliko dana u Hrvatskoj i vratio si se u LA. Kakav je povratak?
Naporan.
Jesi se prilagodio na vremensku razliku?
Pa to čak i jesam dosta u Hrvatsku. Idem u Hrvatsku, to je kaos. Ali dobro, ovdje sam pitam i mogu raditi. I svirke i ovo i ono. Nije baš da ima izbora.
Da vidim da si jako busy ovo ljeto.
Jesam, od privatnih eventa, evo, izbacivanje novih pitanja. Ne mogu se požaliti.
Super. Jer evo, baš sam rekla Deni, mi smo se upoznali u Washingtonu zato što si ti došao ondje na jedan event, u biti jako lijepi event koji je organizirala turistička zajednica kada se predstavljao promotivni film Hrvatske sa Džonom Malkovićem i ti si u biti nastupao za goste. Prekrasan nastup je to bio i evo od tad je i naše prijateljstvo nastalo, jel da?
Tako je, vrlo rekao bi, prirodno smo nekako kliknuli nakon eventa kad smo ušli u priču i sve to. Da, to je predivan event bio, definitivno jedan od highlighta pa moje karijere, mogu reći tako. Predivni gosti, eto i nogometaši, Džon Malković, toliko nekako lipo je bilo vidjeti sve te Hrvate na okupu, onako osjetiti to zajedništvo i pivat svim tim dragim ljudima, tako da velika čast.
Prekrasno. Da, i stvarno je nastup bio dirljiv, svirao si na klaviru, baš je bilo jako lijepo. Evo, to je meni baš onako ostalo u lijepom sjećanju. A u međuvremenu ti si pustio i van novu pjesmu. Roko ima novu pjesmu.
Roko nakon... Ako se ne varam, ako me matematika dobro služi, mislim da je prošlo 6 godina od kad sam zadnju pismu na hrvatskom jeziku izbacio, tako da ovo je bilo što se kaže long overdue. Nova pisma Još te sanjam, priča o nekim iskrenim osjećajima, o nekoj neprežaljenoj ljubavi, nečemu s čime se kako se kaže, I deal with it i u snovima i u realnosti. U snovima je sve lijepo, ali onda se svako jutro probudiš i idemo iz početka. Tako da, da, pisma je nastala prošle godine, baš ovako u ovom periodu. Letio sam s Islanda za Hrvatsku, imao sam slobodnog vremena, neki su se osjećaji budili i bili su tu, čekali u biti da ih izbaci na papir, tako da je pisma nastala u nekoliko sati i i jedva sam čeka da dočeka, da ugleda svjetlo dana. Evo, dobro prolazi, ljudima se sviđa, pušta se na radiju, zadovoljan sam stvarno i volim pismu, jako sam ponosan na nju i u biti volim reći da obilježava ovu eru koja tek dolaze što se tiče i mog stvaralaštva i muzike, a nekako ima osjećaj da tek sad počinje moje vrijeme, jel?
Aha, prekrasno, pa svaka čast, bravo!
Hvala lipa.
I pjesme na hrvatskom jeziku, ti jesi imao i izdavao si pjesme na engleskom. Evo, kako je to u biti za tebe kao izvođača, kako se snalaziš, što ti je možda draže, postoji li razlog zašto si se evo sad odlučio idem raditi pjesmu na hrvatskom?
Da, pa generalno više pišem na engleskom, mislim da kad pišem na hrvatskom možda osjećam veći pritisak da to mora biti nešto na nekom višem nivou. Ne znam zašto, to mi materijni jezik. Ali da, kad pišem na engleskom, nekako na engleskom je lakše sve napisati bez da zvuči cringe. Na hrvatskom je malo više to poetski, ja bih rekao. Ali evo, ova pisma, nisam puno razmišljao. Šta god pišem stvarno ono što osjećam ili što želim osjećati ili šta god se vrti po mom organizmu, u glavi, u srcu. Pisma je sama od sebe izašla na hrvatskom. I dosta pisama koje pišem izađu i na hrvatskom, samo što se, kad ih napišem nekako, poslušam na engleskom i onda odlučim, ajde ipak ide ova. Ali mislim da, odlučio sam se biti možda malo hrabriji što se toga tiče i dati sebi šansu pisati na hrvatskom i eto, shvatio sam da nije to zapravo toliko sve strašno, a može biti jako lijepo. Nemam neku preferencu, mislim kao što sam rekao, lakše mi je možda pisati na engleskom, ali ima nešto u tome kad svoje osjećaje dijeliš sa ljudima na svom jeziku. Mislim da ipak malo osobnije, tako da bit će svega, bit će još i hrvatskog i engleskog.
Tek si krenuo.
Tek sam krenio, je tako.
I ajde idemo samo ovako malu pozadinu dati cijeloj priči. Ti u biti živiš u Los Angelesu, tu si se školovao, prije toga si živio u Hrvatskoj, pa evo samo onako kratko možda samo seciraj tu situaciju, sad si u LA-u, planiraš li možda se vratiti ili ostaješ ovdje neko duže vrijeme?
Da, tako je, znači odrastao u Splitu, u Los Angelesu sam završio glazbenu akademiju, i evo od kad sam završio radim i živim i borim se kao i svi mi iseljenici, ali uživam u životu, stvarno mi je lipo. Stvaram muziku, hoću li se vraćati, to je ono vječito pitanje. Trenutno mi je stvarno ovdje dobro i dok sam mlad želim vidjeti šta mi to Amerika nudi. Bog hvala, živimo u vremenu kad je svit nikad manji i povezaniji u smislu internacionalnog putovanja i slično, tako da nisam ograničen biti tu, jedino što me ograničava je vrijeme, a vrijeme pokušavam stvoriti, to je pokušavam izumiti način da imam 27 sati u danu, a ne 24. Potom. Uglavnom, ne znam, stvarno kažem, radim još i na hrvatskim i na američkim projektima, i u nekom mom idealnom svijetu to bi bilo malo ovdje, malo tamo i u nekom momentu internacionalno graditi tu cijelu priču, pa vidit ćemo.
Roko, bravo, sve ovo jako lijepo zvuči i mi znamo da je velika budućnost pred tobom, ali evo, mislim da to i kroz svoj dosadašnji dosljednost i rad to i pokazuješ. Ali evo, držimo ti fige za dalje, mi ćemo sada pustiti tvoju pjesmu i spot, premijerno na Croatians Online. Hvala što si nam se pridružio i evo, ja ti želim lijepi ostatak dana.
Hvala vama od srca i pozdrav svim gledateljima, slušateljima.
Bog.
Ćao.
Ugasi mrak, pa s druge strane sreću dočekaj. Razum gubim u tišini tvog imena. Sve što boli još u tebi traži spas. Još te sanjam, još bez tebe se budim, još te volim, al svaki grijeh ti sudim, još se nadam da život priča priče i da naša sretna bit će, a neumorno boli ova tajna, ova ljubav što iz pakla niče, sjajna, na prvi pogled da na drugi biće draga. Zar ne vidiš da gorim, novoj ljubavi se molim. Biraš strah, a znala si da nema povratka. Kako sad da izbrišemo korake što ne vode nikuda. Glavu gubim u tišini tvog imena. Sve što boli još u tebi traži spas. Još te sanjam, još bez tebe se budim, još te volim, a svaki grijeh ti sudim, još se nadam da život priča priče i da naša sretna bit će, a neumorno boli ova tajna, ova ljubav što iz pakla niče, sjajna, na prvi pogled a na drugi biće draga. Zar ne vidiš da gorim, novoj ljubavi se molim, jer jedino postojim dok te sanjam. Jel me sanjaš, dok kraj drugoga se budiš, jel me voliš, dok njega hladno ljubiš, jel me smatraš glavnim likom svoje priče, tek tada sretna bit će, al neumorno boli ova tajna, ova ljubav što iz pakla niče, sjajna, na prvi pogled al na drugi biće draga. Zar ne vidiš da gorim, novoj ljubavi se molim, jer jedino postojim dok te sanjam.
Da
Lijepo je
svi,
biti ovdje.
Sve se ovo jako ovako spontano dogodilo. Sa mnom je Davor Šakić, sa mnom je Neven Brkić, sa mnom je Andrej Matić i Vedrana Brozović iz AKP-a smo već spomenuli. E sad, ja ću vas zamoliti da vi ovako sebe pičate još jednom. Znam da ste to u nekoliko navrata napravili na Scale 2.0. Predstavit ćete nam i taj program, ali ćete prvo predstaviti sebe i svoje startupe. Neven, hoćemo krenuti od tebe.
Može. Evo, Neven Brkić, CEO, co-founder Eulex AI, jako puno godina u Legal Techu, više od 15 godina. Pokrenuli smo startup prije godinu dana. Radimo jedan super program, odnosno platformu za odvjetnike i za pravnike, koji radi zapravo pravno istraživanje na EU propisima i nacionalnim propisima Europske unije.
Odlično. Andrej?
Pozdrav svima, Matić Andrej iz startupa Medicode, CEO i co-founder Medicoda. Bavimo se medicinskim šifriranjem i medical coding. Dakle, pomažemo bolnicama u, rekao bih, jednom najvećih pain pointa koje danas imaju i koje je uzročno-posljedična veza da imaju 20 do 30% manje revenue nego što bi stvarno trebali imati.
Mm-hmm.
Tako da sa AI našim sustavom radimo to automatski medical coding.
Odlično. Davore?
Pozdrav svima, ja sam Davor Šakić i ja sam suosnivač i direktor startup firme Tintfe. Mi smo spin-off sa sveučilišta u Zagrebu i mi smo napravili jednu novu metodu koja poboljšava mjerenja i odlučili smo to komercijalizirati. Jako je nišno, ali opet veliki je profit jer može uštediti puno vremena i novaca ako se koristi.
A veliki profit dolazi tebi, Davore, tebi, Andreju, jer ste vi pobjednici Scale 2.0.
Tako je.
To je sad ovaj trenutak za A Vedrane, ti si u stvari bio jedan od mentora na ovom programu. Hoćeš nam ti možda i predstaviti sebe, ali i predstaviti sam program?
Mogu ukratko predstaviti sebe i program. Vedran Brozović, živim u Sjetlu, sada sam došao u New York podržati Scale 2.0. Mislim, ukratko ne mogu više riječi hvale reći o programu jednom koji počinje u Vodnjanu, nastavlja se u New Yorku i onda ide u Zadar. To jednostavno izreći tu rečenicu ne mogu previše puta jer je takav gušt i to je jednostavno kruna onoga što mi možemo ponuditi. Mislim da možemo još puno više ponuditi u startup svijetu. Tu smo imali 6 startupa, počelo je 12 i sada imamo 3 koja će se predstaviti u Zadru, dobiti grantove. Cijeli sustav je podržan od Infobipa, tako da to je jedna naša uspješna priča. Dakle, unicorn koji je baziran u Istri. Već imamo 2 unicorna, mislim da ima prilike za još puno više i sad ovo u New Yorku mislim da su svih 6 startupa pokazali da su spremni ne samo za hrvatsko i europsko tržište nego i za američko tržište i biti dio ove priče je gušt i mislim da imamo divnu budućnost u startup ekosustavu u Hrvatskoj.
Da, mi smo ugostili Filipa Šašića baš prošli tjedan i snimali smo podcast za Connect, pa je baš rekao u stvari Entrepreneurs for Global Change organizacija čiji je on CEO i u biti on zajedno sa svojim timom pokreće Scale 2.0 koji je evo sad u ovoj drugoj fazi u New Yorku koja je taman završila i osim vas dvojice pobjednika od 6, znači vas koji ste došli iz Vodnjana, znači osim vas Boris Šurija sa Lexijem je isto jedan od 3 najboljih, evo u ovoj fazi se tako pokazalo. I u stvari onda koja je sljedeća faza? Idete u Zadar i što onda? Što će se tamo dogoditi?
U Zadru bi trebali isto pičati, to je Zadarski Shift, to je jedan od najvećih kongresa sajmova u informatici i u tech svijetu koji se događa. Isto tako osim Zadarskog ima i u Miamiju isto Shift. I tamo ćemo se predstaviti cijeloj publici, ali isto tako ćemo i predstaviti sebe kao dio i Infobip Startup Tribea, koji nam je omogućio logistički da sve ovo iskoristimo i podržavat će daljnje naše uspjehe, jer će nam dodijeliti i nekakve kredite s koje ćemo moći koristiti za daljnji razvoj poslovanja, da dođemo do više korisnika i da se bolje promoviramo.
Odlično. I sad, evo, kad smo na kraju ovog njujorškog programa, recite vi sad meni, prvo kako vam se svidio New York, a zatim me zanima što ste vi sad ovdje naučili, kakvo je to iskustvo bilo za vas, intenzivno ste radili od ponedjeljka, ako se ne varam, u ponedjeljak ste krenuli. Bilo je jako puno učenja, jako puno radionica, različiti mentori su dolazili i podučavali vas, odnosno dijelili svoja znanja u svojim područjima. Pa evo, možda da krenemo od toga što će ovako najviše ostati u sjećanju, gdje ste vi najviše narasli možda kao osobe, kao osnivači, i što ste možda, koja ste znanja podijelili sa svojim kolegama koji su u Hrvatskoj. Ne, hoćemo od tebe krenuti.
Ba može, evo ovako, vrlo mi je bilo lijepo u New Yorku, mislim New York je spektakularan grad, nemamo o tome previše pričat, lijepo ga je doživjeti. Što se tiče samog scale-a i ono što smo radili sa Filipom kojeg si spomenula, meni je najviše ostalo zapravo u sjećanju to međusobno, kako bi rekao, i ocjenjivanje i poticaj koje mi je ostala ekipa davala da to bude bolje, da svi onako zajedno rastemo, tako da to je baš bilo lijepo. Međusobno iskustva smo prenosili. Super.
Nije loše ni spomenuti da je u stvari New York odlična lokacija za tu drugu fazu, jer u biti jako je puno razlika između mindseta i hrvatskih startupa i američkih, i kada biste vi sa svojim startupima izašli na američko tržište, morali biste se jako puno prilagođavati. Pa onda u biti je New York u stvari super baza, jer ste tu vjerojatno i vidjeli kako tržište diše.
Pa New York je zapravo, mislim, biznis je biznis svagdje. Trebaš ga dobro obavljati, trebaš dati cijelog sebe. Ovdje je sve u brzini, ovdje je sve u prilikama koje možeš ostvariti, tako da mislim, New York je stvarno pravo mjesto za tako nešto.
Odlično. Andrej, što ti kažeš?
Pa ne samo da je pravo mjesto, nego i prava energija, bih rekao. I sve nekako usmjereno na to da se startup brže razvija i bolje i sve je 10 puta brže od reizanja do provedbe samoga i skaliranja. Mislim da je pravo mjesto i da je pravo vrijeme sada za nas da biti ovdje, jer i s ovim AI-em i sa ovim svim što iziskuje da na brzini razvijanja samoga startupa i skaliranja, mislim da je ovo bila jako dobra priča.
I što si ti ovako naučio u ovih 7 dana?
Pa upravo to razlike koje si spomenula između našeg tržišta ili Europske unije i birokracije, ili mi radimo dosta i sa Saudijskom Arabijom i sa tim Gulf Areom, ali i tamo su dosta velike razlike između američkog načina rada i ovoga europskog ili Middle Easta. A ono što sam dobio neke inpute od mentora će isto definitivno pomoći, kako da se više usmjerimo možda na samoga potrošača, tu na samoga usera, a ne toliko na samu bolnicu, što je opet jedan drugi aspekt koji mi imamo u odnosu na Europu.
Davore, šta ti kažeš?
Mene je najviše začudio networking, koji je bio brz, koji je bio detaljan, koji je bio raširen, gdje smo mi samo spomenuli otprilike vertikalu u kojem se nalazimo i odmah su počeli pljuštati kontakti, pozivi, warm introductions, nije više bilo cold mailanja ili čekanja na odgovor, uvijek je neko nekoga znao nazvati i uvijek je neko dao nekakav savjet ili nekakav novi angle. Jako je bilo korisno slušati od svih mentora njihov feedback i onda vidjeti kako su oni doživjeli ono što mi radimo. I baš taj feedback koji je bio immediate, kojeg je kad bio jako kritičan, ali opet trebali smo to čuti kako bi se onda mogli bolje razvijati i bolje rasti.
A mislim, vi ste došli, evo, recimo sad prije tjedan dana i došli ste s nekakvom bazom, znači radite to što radite. Je li sad puno nekakvih očekivanja onako palo u vodu ili nešto što ste planirali napraviti, sad više sad ste definitivno rekli ne, jer su mentori vam rekli to nije dobra ideja. Jesu li se rasplinula nekakva očekivanja ili nekakve želje, planovi?
Pa ja ne bih rekao da se rasplinula, ja bih rekao da se samo nadogradile. Dakle, i dalje je core business ono što mi želimo ići, taj smjer koji smo si postavili, ali smo jednostavno doznali neke nove informacije, ali možda kako prilagoditi lakše taj naš proizvod za američko tržište, tako da je to samo nadogradnja, to nije nikako mijenjanje smjera.
Ne, mene ti da si nešto htio reći.
Pa ne, zapravo isto Vodnjan je bio dobra priprema, nismo imali tu sad velika skretanja da smo neće previše odustali. Dobro je kad ti ljudi otvore oči za neke stvari, definitivno da znaš prvo je li to što radiš, je li to dobro. više je bilo usmjeriti se na jednu točku od onoga što imamo nekakvu lepezu onoga što bi mi htjeli i raditi, način na koji bi htjeli raditi, to usmjeravanje, fokus na jednu točku, to je bilo zaista korisno. Ne?
A Vedrane, ti si došao u ovom drugom dijelu tjedna, započeo si u stvari tako da si bio mentor, bio je ta nekakav mentorship night, gdje si ti tu svoja dosadašnja znanja mogao podijeliti s kolegama, zatim si i bio jedan od sudaca jučer, pa reci mi kako je tebi bilo cijelo to iskustvo?
Evo, prvo bih rekao, drago mi je čuti, mislim da je program u New Yorku bio stvarno koristan, svi startupi su bili vrlo impresivni. Kao predstavnik Association of Croatian American Professionals, dakle udruženja hrvatsko-američkih stručnjaka, drago mi je da smo sudjelovali tu sa više mentora, dakle imali smo Maju Bilić i mene koji dajemo nekakvu perspektivu iz Big Techa, iz Googlea, iz Amazona, koja bi mogla biti korisna. Pridružio sam se već u Vodnjanu virtualno sa prezentacijom i onda sad ovdje u New Yorku imamo priliku upoznati startupe i vidjeti sve pičeve uživo. Biti sudac, taj dio je bio jako težak dio posla, mislim da su svi odradili odličan posao. I bio sam iskreno vrlo impresioniran već gotovim proizvodima i tractionom, dakle već prodajom koja postoji i klijentima koji su već ovdje. I mislim da ima u biti najveći challenge, najveći izazov u budućnosti za mnoge od ovih startupova će biti nekakav fokus u kojem smjeru ići dalje, jer ne možeš sve obaviti, nego moraš odlučiti u kojem smjeru ići, na koje tržište se fokusirati, na koji tip klijenta, ali mislim da je blistava budućnost pred svih 6 startupa, definitivno.
Ajme, lijepo, ovo samo motivira.
Da nam teret na leđa. A Vedran je dobar u tome.
Definitivno su velika očekivanja. Još jednom bih zahvalio, također tu je bio Antoni Pečulić i Petar Lovrić, mislim svi iz EGC-a, mislim da je to sjajno čuti za networking. To je jedna stvar koju bih volio da se prepozna isto iz američkog tržišta. Mislim da jedna velika razlika koju bih spomenuo da ja prepoznajem u ovom programu, a i općenito u EGC-u, je to da u Hrvatskoj nekada imamo taj nekakav zavist i jal kada netko drugi uspije, a ovdje sam vidio veliku podršku jednih prema drugima i svi se vesele u biti kada netko uspije, kada netko završi neku prodaju, dobije novog klijenta, u biti svi su jednim drugima podrška, daće, otvorit će kontakte, pružit će savjet, tako da ako znaš jednog Hrvata u Americi, u biti osjećaš se kao da ih poznaješ sve.
Pa da, ja sad tu u stvari vidim jednu jako lijepu kolaboraciju lokalne zajednice, organizacije, AKP-a. To je baš lijepo čuti da si međusobno pomažemo svi skupa.
Da, evo, to je jedna suradnja koja je u biti neformalna, to se tako dogodilo da većina mentora je iz EGC-a. Također imamo suradnju sa Nucleusom, Deep Tech inkubatorom u Zagrebu. I mislim da će biti toga još puno više, jer mislim da stručnjaci i uspješni poduzetnici i poslovnjaci iz Amerike mogu puno toga ponuditi Hrvatskoj. I to je trenutno preko savjeta i otvaranja veza, ali mislim da će tu biti puno prilike i za direktne investicije i partnerships.
Odlično. A evo sad, pošto smo praktički na kraju ovog hrvatskog dijela programa, prije nego što se Tomislav priključi, ja bih samo da nam malo više kažeš, evo nekako kad god se priča o AKP-u dolazi konferencija pa ne možemo to ne spomenuti. Voljela bih da ti najaviš, obzirom da će konferencija se održati u tvojem Sijetlu, pa evo možda nam možeš sada reći koji su govornici najavljeni i onako želimo osvojiti ljude i potaknuti ih da se prijave za konferenciju.
Evo, ukratko, osim ovakvih programa kao Scale 2.0, stvarno neskromno mogu tvrditi da je konferencija EGC-a najbolja prilika za otvoriti kontakte i upoznati američko-hrvatske profesionalce. Ove godine 10. konferencija, dakle jubilarna, vrlo posebna, 2. do 4. listopada u Sijetlu, tako da dobio sam konferenciju napokon da dođe i na ovaj zapadnu obalu kod mene. I bit će sjajno, bit će 2 dana pune konferencije, pun program. Prije toga imamo veliki isto pickleball turnir i simpozij koji će biti nišno fokusiran i na medicinski i akademski sektor. Imat ćemo industry dinners, dakle večere koje će biti fokusirane baš specifično na ljude koje želite upoznati u svojoj industriji, te ćemo imati ta gala večeru koja je uvijek nekako kruna cijelog eventa i to je jednostavno događaj u kojem slavimo sve što smo postigli evo sada u zadnjih 10 godina, ali isto tako stvaramo veze i planove da napravimo puno još više toga u sljedećih 10 godina. Ova godina je posebna, slavimo 250 godina Amerike i možemo reći 1100 godina od Hrvatskog kraljevstva, tako da puni smo nekakvih jubilarnih obljetnica i mislim da je odličan trenutak za imati velike planove i ciljati za dalje. Tako da 2. do 4. listopada dođite u Seattle, za sve informacije možete otići na croampro.com i pogledati annual conference u Seattleu.
A ja sam sigurna da i ostatak ekipe ovdje ima velike planove. Vi se danas svi skupa vraćate u Hrvatsku. Evo recite mi što je prvo onda što ćete krenuti raditi jednom kad se vratite na hrvatsko tlo i kakvi su planovi onda prvenstveno evo, po pitanju vaših startupa jednom kad se vratite.
Pa prvo ćemo malo odmoriti. Bilo je malo naporno.
Imate sutra cijeli dan. Ponedjeljak je za 2 dana vremena.
Prvo ćemo to napraviti, a onda ćemo sve ove kontakte što smo tu ostvarili lijepo kontaktirati, vidjeti kako možemo nastaviti suradnju na obostrano dobro, tako da to je prva stvar.
Andrej, šta ti kažeš?
Ja se slažem sa Nevenom, osim ovoga dijela za odmor, jer ja imam dosta mailova koje moram već na avionu sada pokupiti koje nismo stigli u prošlom tjednu. A ovo najbitnije ono što ćemo follow-upati sa ljudima koje smo upoznali, sa investitorima potencijalnim i sve ovo i vidjeti kako možda još bolje prilagoditi proizvod za američko tržište.
Dobro.
Slično kao njih dvojica, možda prvo malo odmoriti, jako kratko.
Pola sata, power nap i idemo
idemo raditi i zapravo ubrzati stvari koje smo odgađali dugo, jer mi cijelo vrijeme razmišljamo imamo vremena. Sada kada sam dobio taj osjećaj žurnosti ovdje u New Yorku, mislim da to trebamo implementirati, da ipak ima puno prostora za napredak, da budemo agilniji, da brže postižemo svoje ciljeve i da na taj način rastemo.
Da, i vi još pogotovo imate možda taj dodatni pritisak iz Zadra i konferencije gdje se opet prezentirate, pa je vjerojatno još vam ipak malčice teže nego ostalima.
Pa koliko teže, toliko je i prilika. Jer taj neki exposure koji shift daje, mislim da je nemjerljiv sa... Kad se uzme taj pros and cons, da je puno više na prvoj strani.
Odlično. Ja vam želim jako puno sreće i evo, puno uspjeha u daljnjem radu. Nadam se da ćemo se ponovno vidjeti, da će nam ponovno doći u New York s nekakvim jako dobrim vijestima, širenjima, ali evo, do tada sretno u daljnjem radu.
Pa, hvala tebi, ali ne bih htio da završimo bez da spomenemo dečke koji nisu tu s nama. Znači Mladen Vulović Komba, Tindi Zarević Bilko, dečki su fenomenalni, već spomenula Borisa iz Leksija koji ide skupa sa njih dvojicom u Zadar.
Tako je, da, fantastično. Od vas 12, 6 najboljih i zatim smo još tih 6 sveli na 3. Evo, sretno.
Hvala puno.
Mi ćemo sada pustiti jednu pjesmu. Ja predlažem DJ Xanija, premijerno njegova pjesma Fall Down, koja je izašla, ako se ne varam, prije 2 dana. Ana Marija, naša Tomaš, je s njim snimila i kratki intervju koji ćemo pustiti na društvenim mrežama i stavit ćemo ga na Spotify, pa će gledatelji i slušatelji moći to kasnije poslušati i pogledati, a dotad slušamo njegov novi hit. Ali ja bih samo namjetila
Ponovite
Tomislava.
pjesmu.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. We are continuing with our Croatians Online Saturday live program. So we are now switching to English, and we will be talking with some wonderful people here who have been with us in New York City for the past week or so. So together with me, I have first on my father's side is Vedran from Seattle, from ACAP chapter Seattle, also working in Amazon. So Vedran and I go way back. So we'll be talking about some of the things that we have for you, but we have the most important people here. So by my side is Neven. Neven is one of the founders of the legal startup. Then we have Andre, and we will have Davor. So they will also tell us a little bit about themselves once we start. So before I switch to the actual topics of what you guys actually did here, I would like to hear from Vedran, what's Scale 2.0? So that's why we are all here. We are going to talk about the whole program, but you were the mentor from the initial point. It's Infobip's program. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, thank you, Tomislav. Scale 2.0 is the startup incubator. This is the third year. It's, as you said, supported by Infobip. It's just an amazing program to see Croatian startups that starts in Vodnjan, then goes to New York and ends up in Zadar. That's just something that is always amazing to say. So it's 12 startups to start with, and then work towards getting to 6 and 3 that are going to be present now in Zadar on Shift Conference. It's just an opportunity for startups to learn about the way of doing business in the US and exposure to the US marketplace. And we had for them a dozen of mentors that helped them prepare for that and share the lessons from the American market to Croatian startups.
So definitely something wonderful that's happening for Croatian startups to get the opportunity to be able to participate in such a impressive market as US is, as we all already know. So let's start with you guys. So Neven, can you tell us a little bit about what do you do? What's your background? How did you decide to go into the business, and what the business actually does?
Yeah, thank you for having me. Name is Neven Brkić, CEO and co-founder of EOLEX AI. A legal tech startup. We've created an app platform for legal research based on artificial intelligence. My personal background is 15 years in legal tech, developing this kind of systems for the past 10 years. So it was a natural thing to do it.
Of course.
To do something like this, because artificial intelligence came and it's changed the whole landscape.
Would you say that lawyers are one of the most affected crowd out there by the AI?
Well, everyone is affected by the AI. Lawyers, yes, but you always need to communicate with your clients. AI can't do that meaningful. So I think that lawyers will remain important, at least for the next 10 or 20 years, but then no one knows. After 10 years, nobody can really know what's going to happen in AI.
Yeah. Cool. And Andre, what do you do?
Hello everyone, my name is Andre, CEO and co-founder of Medicode, and it's a platform that does the medical coding. You probably ask yourself
tell us a little bit about that.
Medical coding. Medical coding is basically the only language that hospitals are communicating with insurance companies to get reimbursed for their work. And since nowadays that's highly manual process, the accuracy of medical coding on a global level is just 70 to 80%. which means that of the 100% things that hospital done, only 70 to 80% gets really refunded and get the claim. That's why we developed Medicode, which is essentially AI autocode for the hospitals. It's still human in the loop, because medical coders are still in the charge, but everything is prepared for them with the highest possible accuracy, 98% and more, because system is learning by itself, and we are just stopping this revenue leakage for the hospitals to really get reimbursed for the work they've done.
All right, that's cool. We're going to come back to that. Davor, you are from this wide variety of backgrounds. You're coming into this entrepreneurship world from many different options. Can you tell us a little bit about
Yeah,
it?
so hi everybody, I'm Davor Šakić. I'm actually assistant professor at University of Zagreb, Faculty of Pharmacy and Biochemistry, not somebody that is known to come to startup world. But the thing is, we had a problem in the lab, and we almost lost 3,000 euros of samples just because of one easy mistake. We use very precise methods, but it has very high limitations, and we managed to find an algorithm that can solve this limitation, and then it's like putting glasses on a machine to better see results that are actually happening. And we saw the problem in our lab, and we thought, if we have the same problem, all the other labs probably have similar problem, and this is especially true in pharmaceutical R&D, but also in analytics, forensic, food quality, and other types of analysis. And so we started in different incubators. Currently, we are in Infobip Startup Tribea, Scale 2.0, which is together with Entrepreneurs for Global Change. First gave us introductory course in Vodnjan, in Istria, and then the best 6 of us got this beautiful opportunity to come to New York to learn some more, and then top 3 were picked.
Very nice. Who are the top 3? Vedran, you were mentor, you were there.
Well, 2 of them are here present, so
Okay.
I'll also mention Boris and Lexi. So that's another startup that we will be able to see in Zadar at Shift conference. But I must say, all 6 startups are really impressive. I was also the judge deciding like which 3 are going to be on the top, and I can say
So you're the one responsible.
it's probably the most difficult job I had. I think the mentors did a tremendous job. I hope the startup founders learn a lot from them, and I think they're all ready for the US market. I think they're all ready for a really nice future ahead of them, even if they didn't make the Zadar conference for sure.
That's really cool. So how do you like New York City? How was it?
Yeah, it was great.
I've seen better.
I've seen better, yeah. No, New York City, I mean, great city. Don't have really words to explain a very complicated, very, I mean, I felt great.
Were you able to also have fun alongside the whole?
We had some time. We had some time, but not so much. But you know, how is it with the New York City? It never sleeps. So even though you finish late with your job, you still have some opportunities to go outside and have some fun.
Absolutely. I mean, that's important part of doing business in New York. I mean, I'm not going to even say if you come back. When you come back with your projects, you'll see how it works out here. That it's that work hard, play hard attitude. That's how everybody is, and that's why so many things are actually happening around. That was really wonderful. So, what's the next step? You're going to Zadar. What's happening in Zadar?
Guys are going to Zadar. I'm going to skip this part.
It's a Shift conference. It's the biggest conference in this part of Europe, I would say. They also have the conference in Miami. It's sponsorship by the Infobip, and we're gonna present on the big stage our products and everything that we achieved so far. And yeah, us 3 who has been elected, I think this is the major award for us.
And there will also be several thousand people in the audience. So this is a huge exposure opportunity, but also investors So we do think that then we will have some more opportunities for direct investments, or if not investment, then again networking. Because one of the things I learned in New York is everybody knows everybody, and just getting to know people that, and then getting positive but direct criticism, either positive or negative, but also this whole network that just happens to sprung up. It's not like I know a guy, but I don't know if he will like you or not. No, in New York, everybody is just offering their contacts, offering their name as a warm introductions, and this is something really unexpected of like paying forward mentality, where I will connect somebody to somebody else, and then at some point somebody else will mention me in some conversation, and this will open doors for me. And this is kind of land of opportunity where you don't have to think if you will step on somebody's inflated ego.
So that's basically what makes it really a big cultural difference than
Yes.
what we have in Croatia or what we have in Europe.
Some time ago, I heard the theory of that 5 connections can get you to any person in the world. And I never understood it really from the Croatian perspective, but like in the New York, it's like, I would say even less than 5.
Absolutely. I mean, the people who are here are mostly here for business. And
Exactly.
I mean, the culture, at least that was my initial thoughts when I moved to the city and when I started doing business in the US, that suddenly nobody is a blocker for you. So if you have a good thing, you want to do it, people are going to help you because they are also going to make money off of it,
Yep.
not just you. So that's kind of the philosophy behind it. How are we? What are other ways that Croatian immigrants are actually supporting the community of people like the gentleman here?
Well, I like everything that was mentioned. I think the whole point of networking and getting access to the Croatian American community is what I invest a lot about. Tomislav, you know a lot about it because you're a huge part of it too. So I would mention Association of Croatian American Professionals. I would say it's the entry door to your business network within the US. And I feel a lot of the things that I felt in New York that is just true with ACAP. I think it kind of puts positive peer pressure on you. So you're not envious of someone else's success. You're pushing people, but you're also raising expectations. That sometimes means direct feedback, but it just means everyone is supportive and they want the best for you. So one thing that I would mention is ACAP has 10th conference this year coming to Seattle. It's a single
finally made it.
Finally made it. I was pushing for Seattle ever since I came to the US 4 years ago, and now we have huge expectations to meet. So every year we have a different city. Last year's it was Chicago, then Las Vegas. So this time around we're coming to Seattle, 2 to 4 October. So 2 to 4 of the October in Seattle. And it's a single best event in the US, I would say, at this point for business and networking, with more than 300 participants, more than 400 attendees at the gala dinner, just exposure to the business network of Croatian Americans and everything that we mentioned in terms of just opening the doors and having the support system. If there's one event you don't want to miss, if you want to make it in the US as a Croatian, it's that one.
Yeah, I can only support that. I mean, I am here in a different role, obviously, but I can share a little bit of my experience with ACAP conference. I mean, I was on the first one that was in Zagreb, actually. It was 2023, if I'm correct. And that's when I started meeting people who enabled my move here. So every single thing along the way, from lawyers, from accountants, from first customers, from, I don't know, people who helped me find the apartment at the end of the day, all of those people I met at the ACAP conference and through ACAP. So ACAP actually made it possible for me and my company to start the business here. So conference is a must, I would say, for anybody who wants to do business in the US. ACAP conference is going to be the place to be.
Glad to hear that. Yeah, that's one success story, and then I think there's going to be many more to come with startup exposures in the US. So hope to maybe see some of you move to the US with your business.
Definitely, yes.
Can you talk a little bit about your customers? I mean, you are in the really you're in the stage of your companies that you already have customers. You already tried some POC, so you're not in that pre-incubation phase, as we would call it before. So where are your customers coming from?
Our customers are primarily lawyers, compliance officer, lawyers, tough crowd, gotta say, not willing to change. So, but I think it's starting to change. they're starting to realize that artificial intelligence and what we are offering can help them do business much faster and much better for their clients.
Is it mainly Croatian lawyers?
For start, yeah, because
Yeah.
it's a home ground, but we are aiming at whole Europe, and with our we also do proprietary databases of
Mhm.
European law,
Uh-huh.
so that's something for the world. Everywhere where when someone needs a European law in any way, doing business or compliance, or I don't know, M&A attorney in New York that's doing business with a European company, he
Mhm.
might need European law.
How much does the different law frameworks around the world are actually going to create a challenge for you guys?
Well, we are betting on European law for now,
Mhm.
but any legal system is no problem for us.
We'll be able to adapt.
We will be able to adapt, definitely.
Cool.
Yeah.
Really nice. And how about the medical world? How about the coding
Yeah.
in medical world? So are you able to now read the charts? You know, you understand
Yes,
that. Oh,
yes,
that's
the
very
whole
cool.
medical documentation. Actually, sometimes it's handwritten, 200 pages. We are all of course able to parse it, and the system can understand it, and then we can do whatever we want with it, with the medical coding and everything else, with the CDI, which stands for clinical documentation inspection, until the audit process. So we have the full circle. But to refer back to your question, our customers are, yes, from the region, but also we expanded to Saudi Arabia, and we are doing business in the GCC, and basically it's the same system like we are doing in Balkans, they're using in Saudi Arabia. So it was easy to replicate that into that area. It's also like 35 countries in the world are using the same system. So our first goal is expanding to these markets before going to the US and accommodating and modifying the system for the US market.
All right. You're testing ground on the tough crowd also. I mean,
Exactly.
the Gulf countries are always special.
You know, in our region, it's also like you have Cyrillic letter, you have alphabetic letter, there is an Arab letter. So like our system is really able to parse it all and understand deeply.
Yeah. Once you do that, you can go to East Asia, you know,
Exactly.
Chinese, Japanese, Korean.
We learn on the hardest cases, I would say.
All right. And how about you, Davor? How about your customers?
We are still pre-revenue, so we only have pilot users for now. But we do have some backing from VC fund. This is a local Croatian Slovenian fund called Vesna VC that is for early stage founders, and they helped us to do our complete tech transfer from University of Zagreb to our company. So now we have our tech inside house, and the problem is that we would like to license our technology to big partners, both in States but also in European manufacturers. The thing is, they still don't have enough incentive to talk with us because we are still very small. But we are looking for pilots, especially pilots in United States universities like Columbia, Princeton, Penn State, Harvard Medical, Duke, whatever we can get to gain the momentum to get the key studies and pilots, and then really showcase this to bigger companies, and then try to license our technology to them.
All right. That's definitely really cool. So you're basically learning on some of your experience also. You wanted to be the user of the system. And
we developed it just because we wanted to do something for ourselves, but now we know it's quite hard to change people's routines, people's workflow, and it would be nice if everything is just a click away from the instrument provider. Unfortunately, instrument providers don't give us their wouldn't give us their APIs, so we can connect directly with them. So we have to do a separate cloud-based software as a service product just to do this calibration, recalculation, and then export of fully audit traceable data.
it's really cool. So, I mean, I've been in the Croatian startup world for a while. I used to work for Microsoft back in the day, and actually we were trying to support the whole community since the first, I would say, wave of startups. Vedran, how would you say that today's Croatian startups, which we have here, are actually evolving, or how are they different from when we started? From my point of view, it looks like we are getting better.
I think we are just at the early beginning, but we have a lot more infrastructure to build the startup world on. I think it's actually one of the things I would encourage all of the students from Croatia to consider when they're starting their career. Now you have the infrastructure. So we mentioned Scale 2.0, which I think is an amazing first ever Croatian American startup incubator. There's a few more. I'm involved with Nucleus, the deep tech startup incubator at FER in Zagreb. And there's a few more now. So there's many options, whereas at least when I was back in Croatia as a student, there were not as many options. And today there's VC funds based in Croatia, a few of them that are really targeting companies on the rise, companies that do not only aim at the Croatian market, they're aiming at EU markets and worldwide with the focus on the US. So I think we do have ecosystem to support the startups. I think there's many more ways to improve it. And just follow in the footprints of success companies like Infobip, who is a unicorn. I hope to see in 10 years that we have 10 plus unicorns and just like a kind of a factory of unicorns in Europe. And I think
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure, guys. Yeah, that's really nice. I mean, there's also one other thing. So any of you can comment on this if you want to. You're all B2B products. It's really amazing for me to see that anytime Croatian startup scene is being built up for whatever reason, we are always going to the B2B. We are never to B2C. Why is that?
Well, we are mixed.
You are mixed, actually. That's what I wanted to say, because if you are selling to the end user, that's a lawyer, that would be considered consumer.
I would say it's mainly because I used to have my previous startup, which was B2C, and it's mainly adoption phase in Croatia is still a long path. So basically to have something new on the market, as you can see, like all the times there are some kind of applications we have also from one of our colleagues, which is called for the gig workers. And I've seen this application like 15 years ago here in the States already. So, and it didn't come to Croatia yet until he and his team developed it. So I would say like this adoption phase in Croatia is a little bit longer and it's going like much more harder than maybe in the States or these like very paced environments. And I think mainly because of that, people are oriented to the businesses who are like also doing international business and so on. It's easier to get it like through.
Does the size of the market play a role there? Is it because we are, if you look at our region, we are there are a lot of small countries just scattered around, and it's hard to, when you have a B2C product, you need a big market to actually test it out.
It could be. Fragmentation of the market is definitely a part of it. And also, as you mentioned rightly, we have the borders between these countries. It's not a one single market. Especially you have different currencies, different law, different everything. So like, even though maybe in the region there are enough people, it's still divided by the borders. So yes, definitely it's a part of it.
How is AI changing the chemistry?
In different and unpredictable ways.
Okay.
So
That's what everybody says for any time I ask that question on any panel, it's always unpredictable.
Yeah.
Black box.
The thing is, we decided early on that we won't use AI. At most, we will do some rudimentary machine learning because we want a fully traceable from experiments to the results, what actually happened and what are the transformations and logic behind the transformation, and not just a black box that does everything. In chemistry and in pharmaceutics, AI has made waves. The only problem is that the first wave didn't land as it should have been. We expected first AI-driven drug development to really cut down the costs, but the cost actually went up because many more potential targets were discovered, and then afterwards they have been proven that they aren't as effective as they should. So now models are evolving, and we will see certain players and probably first AI-driven drug in the next decade or so. The thing is, we will probably see small shifts in formulations, and I think this is a way to go where we could potentially have more personalized medicine ready over the counter. So the pharmacist will probably transform not to just dispense boxes, but to dispense already one pill with everything you need inside it that you take once a day. And this is the future I really hope will come to pass.
And it's amazing that you said that story, because I remember when I was on one of the Microsoft startup events like 15 years ago, where people were talking exactly about that. In the next 5 years, we're going to have special, direct medicine that's going to be adapted completely to your body, depending on your genome and everything else. We are obviously yet to see it, but it looks like we are getting there. We are getting closer.
We are getting closer, but one other production philosophy just rose, and this is locally sourced 3D printing, short distribution chains, so no longer expecting large batches of compounds from India or from China, but actually returning pharmaceutical production back to Europe or back to States to really control the process, and then that we don't then depend on different trade routes being broken during wars or crises in parts of the world.
That's really, really cool. So, Neven, you said the guys won, they are going there, you're not, but what is the biggest thing that you learned?
Oh, I'm going, but I'm just gonna have fun.
That's cool. So what's the biggest thing you learned during this week?
What's the biggest thing I've learned? I've learned that sky is the limit in regards to US market and New York City. And the best line I've gotten here was, how can I help? Everybody asks me, how can I help? Which is beautiful. We don't do that in Croatia. Well, not all the time.
All right.
Yeah.
That's cool. How about you? What would you say is the biggest impact that this whole week?
I would say how fast are things moving here in the comparison to Europe. From the investment until the product launch and everything else, it's like 10 times faster, definitely. I mean, we see in Europe, it usually takes 6 to 9 months at least to invest their first round until due diligence process and everything else. But here it's like within a month, which was like, wow, for me.
How big is your team?
We have 7 people. It's
All
3
right.
of our co-founders and plus medical coders and engineering team.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it. How about you?
Same, 7 people.
7 people. So that's a magical number.
Oh, I guess. Infos got how much?
5 from 1st of September, so we're still smaller. Pre-revenue, we will get to 7 people. I hope. Yeah. We don't have dedicated sales teams yet, and this is something that I learned here, that having somebody just call constantly, send emails, do the follow-up is a must, not a good to have. So this is a big take-home message that I will take from New York. Have somebody call people. Have somebody reach out to early adopters. And this is something that is also different in the States and not in Europe. In Europe, we are very conservative and very critical to something new. And here, early adopters are the ones that want to test your technology, want to test your solution, and it's okay if you fail here. While in Europe, it's already a great reputation loss, great reputation hit that sometimes is very hard to get back from.
It's really good. So, Vedran, I mean, from your Amazon experience, if you look at Amazon, so that's actually B2C stores, so it's huge, it's global, it's everything that we said we don't do that good in Croatia. So how would you translate your experience for the past, how many years, 4 years that you are in Amazon? Or in
6 years, more than 6 years in Amazon, 4 years in the US.
Yeah, that's how would you translate that experience and probably try to extrapolate and actually give these people and also the other ones from Croatia who are trying to make it and help them with their startups?
How to help them with their startups. So I hope I did that with these startups. I think we had a couple of mentors from big tech just sharing the lessons and mechanisms that we use in companies like Amazon and Google for startups. I think a lot of that knowledge is applicable. What I would mention now that we have talked about AI is that I think it democratized the technology even further. And what I want to say to everyone is like the tech stack that we're using and everything that's available to us at companies like Amazon and Google is not really that different from the technology that is available to early startups like this. So it's a huge opportunity to just compete. And I think if I leave you without one lesson, is just think big and have high ambitions and push forward.
Towards these 10 unicorns that you mentioned.
Really cool. So I just want to end this discussion with giving you each the same question, and that would be, if you are to give some other Croatian startups the advice what to do next Monday, what would that be?
Go for it. Start. Go. Make your dreams come true. You got nothing to lose. Failure is not a failure, actually. You learn something. You get up and you do it again until it works.
Until it works.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
I mean, yes.
Cool.
I have the same thought. Launch and test, and do like to collect the feedback as much as possible, and you'll get there.
For me is don't be afraid to ask for help, because we are entrepreneurs. At some point, we feel the weight of the world, of our company, of our expectation on our backs, and this burden can break us, and we can burn out. Before when the burden is already heavy, seek help. And this is one of the things Infobip Startup Tribe helped us. It helped us carry this burden. They helped us connect us with people, gave us credits for different services. And I think this is the way we should go together. So one of the things we discussed is that this Scale 2.0 gave us friendships, gave us perspective that we are all the same. We have the same problems of revenue, of salaries, of cost of living, and we all have the same problems. And we can help each other with the solutions, how we tackled each of those.
Absolutely. I completely agree with everything you guys said. So Vedran, I just want to end up on note to once again emphasize the Seattle ACAP 10, so the conference that is happening. We shared the date already, so it's October 2nd to 4th. It's going to happen in the Hotel Westin in the Seattle downtown area. So what else can we share? Can we talk a little bit about the program, some keynote areas that we already announced?
Yes, we can definitely mention the keynotes. I think it's going to be special for everyone who wants to attend. What makes ACAP conference special is that it's not very specific to any industry. So we come together as a business community and bring along everyone. On the keynote part, I'm very excited to share that we have Kristina Kuzmic, the author, and it's going to be the first time that we also talk a little bit about mental health and work-life balance and how you can sustainably grow your business. We have Mark Rusinovic, CTO Microsoft Azure, so really opening the doors to big companies from the Croatian background. There we have Hrvoje Benko, bringing decades of experience again from Microsoft Research and Meta Reality Labs, talking about not only AI, but something that we forgot is also developing, which is augmented reality, virtual reality, which I think is in the shadows and is going to change industries for sure. And we have Fred Applebeam, so representing the Cancer Research Institute. So really offering everything that we have in Seattle in terms of the big tech community and also the cancer research. And of course, you can just enjoy coffee with the Starbucks being there. If you're a fan of flights, we have Boeing Museum there. And I think it's going to be wonderful to host everyone in Seattle. As I said, single best event for networking with your business community of Croatian Americans.
Definitely, I agree. I mean, especially when you hear that the keynote or somebody like Mark Rusinovic, I don't know if you guys know that guy. I know him back in the day from my Microsoft days. People used to line up half an hour before his session on the conference because there's no way you could get in. It was just the only way you could do it is if you come half an hour, 45 minutes early to actually stand in line until they let you in so that you can at least participate a little bit. So it's a really, really amazing speaker. I mean, from my personal point of view, well, it's probably going to be a little bit different session. He used to do deep tech sessions. That's what he did on the conferences. But I'm really looking forward to all four. I mean, Hrvo is our friend, of course, but I'm also looking forward to hearing him and the other stuff that I'm not that well versed like in IT, but I will definitely be there and make sure I also give back to the ACAP what the ACAP has given to me. All right, I think with that we can end today's episode. Yeah.
One more thing, please. We have to mention Mladen Vulović and Komba, Tintin Zdarević Bilko, and Boris from Lexi. They are not here with us, but they were with us for the past 6 days.
Yeah, that's what Vedran briefly mentioned in the introduction. So there were 6 teams actually. Out of those 6, 3 were chosen to present, but also the rest of you are going to Shift conference, and we're gonna be there.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming here. Have a safe flight back home, and I'm sure we'll see each other again.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having us.
Da se žamor čuje, ja ga ne bi čuja. I pisma da se čuje, ja je čuja ne bi. I uvijek kad sam takav, ja razmišljam o tebi, voljena moja. A to je tako često, pa i usnu se budim i počet ću sam sebe da kudim i da se nazivam ludim i počet ću da te mrzim, voljena moja. Ne samo da ću početi, nego to i činim i sve ću naše zbrisati i reći ću svima inim da te ostavljam i mrzim, voljena moja, ljubavi moja, di si ti? Di si ti? Di si ti? Dok te moja ljubav traži, samo kaži, kaži, di si ti? Di si ti? Dok te moja ljubav treba, samo kaži, kaži, di si ti? A zato ne tribaju mi ni suze, ni cviće, psovke, poljupci, ni dan. Niko izgubit time ništa neće, jer nikad nismo bili zaljubljeni par. Stihove što sada reka sam tebi, spontane su riči, bez škice, bez kroja. I kaže ti naglas šta krija sam u sebi, hoćeš ti biti voljena moja. I na kraju te molim, voljena moja, da nikome ne kažeš ovo da šutiš. Neka ovo bude mala tajna moja i tvoja. I nemoj zbog ove pisme da se ljutiš, jer ti ćeš uvijek biti uvijek. Voljena moja, di si ti, di si ti? Di si ti? Dok te moja ljubav traži, samo kaži, kaži, di si ti? Dok te moja ljubav
žida.
Da se žamor čuje, ja ga ne bi čuja. I pisma da se čuje,
YouTube.
ja je čuja ne bi. I uvijek kad sam...
Možda.
All right, we are back in our Saturday live show. So we had wonderful representatives from the startup community, so people that were here for Infobip's Scale 2.0 program. So we also had Vedran from Seattle, who was one of the mentors. He's working for Amazon. And we also talked a little bit about ACAP's conference. So now we are switching gears, and here with me is Deno. Deno's going to take over for the sport part of today's show.
Thank you. So good afternoon, everybody. So we're gonna just go back a little bit to last week, Tuesday, and Champions League game, Dinamo Zagreb and Thun. Second leg, Dinamo Zagreb was losing 2-0. And then they came back 2-2, and Thun got a red card, and then the game went in overtime after 90 minutes, and Dinamo Zagreb went through with an overall score 4-3, 3-2 second leg, which is great for for Croatia and the points and all that for the table. So second game, Europa League was a bit disaster. Hajduk Split went to Paphos, to Cyprus. They lost 4-0. I'm not going to say embarrassment, but, you know, obviously Paphos is a better team, better quality, better budget, and, you know, money talks in this kind of game. Always they buying better players and investing more money, and this is the result that we have, unfortunately, which if you look at the national team is a little bit different. Croatia is a top 15 team, and Cyprus is probably, I'm not even sure at the moment, but top 40, 50 probably. So this doesn't make sense, but it is what it is. And now Hajduk will go to Conference League, and they're going to play Žalgiris from Lithuania. And also Dinamo's going to play the other Žalgiris, Kaunas Žalgiris, which the coach is Željko Sopić, who used to be the coach of Rijeka, Gorica, Rudeš, and some other Croatian teams, and Osijek as well. Mostly unsuccessful, except in Gorica, his journey, and in Rijeka whatsoever. He was fighting for a title to the end, but fortunately we lost. So I'm gonna say we because everybody knows I'm a Rijeka fan. So I don't know, just so you know, you know what I'm talking about. Of course, third game Rijeka versus Derry City Rijeka, second leg in Northern Ireland. This was just Rijeka did the business, 1-0, even though in the beginning of the game, Derry City had a chance, 100% chance, 1-on-1, and Todorić, the Rijeka's youth goalkeeper, stepped up to the plate and had a tremendous save. And then second attack after right away, Daniel Ajay scored for 1-1, and then just Rijeka played on cruise control to the end, and they won, and they went to the third round, which they facing a Finland team, which unfortunately I cannot pronounce. It's a Finnish thing, but we'll work on that for next time. And then we had our last team, Varaždin, played away with Jablonec from Czech Republic, and they lost 2-0. First game was 3-2 for Varaždin. They played a solid game, but you can see the difference in the quality. Same thing kind of what happened to Hajduk, just that they didn't lose so much. So I would say Croatian League is not doing really well, but we can talk about it next time. It's a deep analysis. You can always watch the deeper analysis on the Chocolate podcast that we have during the week. And that's about it at the moment. So we're gonna play a song. We can actually play the video that we didn't play from the beginning with Ana Maria and.
Exactly. So we heard from DJ Xani, so we already heard the song. I'm probably going to hear it a couple of times, but we're going to play a video, basically a discussion that Ana Maria Tomaš had with DJ Xani about the new song and everything else.
Okay, sounds good. We're going to do that in a moment. Okay.
Nam malo izlazi nova pjesma, očekivanja.
Okay,
Sa mnom je danas Drago Antunović ili DJ Xani. Odakle naziv DJ Xani?
Bile su to davne 2009, imao sam 15 godina, bio sam mlado dijete. Znao sam čime sam htio baviti, što je muzika, ali nisam u ime kojim ću se moći predstaviti, tako da gledao sam bio jedna natjecanja i bio jedan natjecatelj koji se zvao Xani. Ja sam mislio da to zvuči tako cool i ja sam odlučio samo uzeti to ime. Sad ne znam kako je to moralno ispravno, ali hvala Xaniju, sad nas je dvoje.
I daj, reci nam malo, izlazi nova pjesma, očekivanja, kako je izgledao proces?
Pa gledajte, kao novi producent u ovome svijetu, tek 9 mjeseci što se bavi novin, imati pjesmu koja izlazi pod meksičkim record labelom je stvarno jedan veliki uspjeh, jedna velika privilegija za mene. Naravno, treme su visoke, ali bitno je izbacivati pjesme i nastaviti gurati. I mislim da je ovo pjesma koja bi se mogla rezonirati sa puno ljudi i kada prolazite kroz nešto i kada želite opustiti mozak, mislim da je ovo pjesma koja će puno pomoći. Tako da veselim se, vidi kako će proći i prošla dobro ili loše, sljedeća će izaći jedna nakon toga.
Tako je. I kako bi pisao ovu pjesmu u 3 riječi?
U 3 riječi? Opuštena, neočekivana, ugodno.
Sviđa nam se. Opušteno, neočekivano, ugodno, zapamtite. I daj, reci nam malo, iza tebe su već neki veliki nastupi, gdje si sve nastupao i čemu se još nadaš u budućnosti?
Pa evo, DJ sam već 12 godina, imam veliku privilegiju da sam svirao. Volio bi nabrojati Ultra Music Festival, što dosta ljudi je čulo za to. Svirao sam u Novi Beach Club, koji je broj 10. klub u svijetu, by DJ Mag. Svirao sam na festivalima kao što su Hideout, Spring Break, na Zrću, Sonus Festival. To su velike privilegije koje sam imao sreće da sviram na njima i stvarno to su bili noći za pamćenje.
I evo, načula sam da nam stižeš u Ameriku potencijalno, da reci nam malo o tom američkom snu i čemu se sve nadaš.
Pa došao sam američko turistički, stvarno ljudi su predivni, svi su super dragi, prilike su nevjerovatne. Imao sam čast svirati za jako mnogi europskih publika, svugdje po Europi, od Švedske, Norveške do Praga, Njemačke, ali nisam još imao priliku svirati za američku publiku, tako da to je nešto što pokušajem sada dogovoriti, možda neku potencijalnu američku turneju, ako se uspije dogovoriti viza, tako da to je nešto čemu se jako radujem, toj konekciji sa američkom publikom.
Evo, mi se nadamo da našeg DJ-a uskoro slušamo i u New Yorku, da će viza biti odobrena. Želimo ti puno uspjeha i da ova pjesma bude na top ljestvicama svih lista streaminga, radija i čega god još.
Hvala Ana Marija, držim fige i hvala slušateljima Croatians Online.
Pozdrav!
Evo, bio je to prilog s Ana Marijom. Vraćamo se natrag na sport subotom. In English, of course. I apologize, we always speak in Croatian, so I'm not used to it, but you can forgive me. So the first round of Croatian NHL League started Friday. We had one game, Dinamo Zagreb, the champion, versus Slaven Belupo. Dinamo played in a little bit different lineup than over the week against Thun. In the back from left to the right, Perez Vinlov, Radeljic, the new acquisition from Rijeka. Galešić also came from Rijeka a year and a half ago, and Tabinas from Vukovar. In the middle, we all know Josip Mišić, and the four, I would say, 2 midfields and 2 wingmen from the left to right, Hođa. In the midfield, Kačavenda and Stojković, and Fran Topić on the right wing. And forward, the best NHL goal scorer last league, Dion Drena Beljo, who scored twice. On the other side, Slaven Belupo and a little bit younger, younger formation and squad. The veteran, I'm gonna go from the forward backwards. Nestorovski in the forward. Banović came from Vukovar, also on the left side. Josip Mitrović from before he used to play in Rijeka, not a new acquisition, but he's been some time on the scene. Who scored actually 4 or 5 nice goals last year. And then we have Adesina. He was, I would say, center midfield, attacking midfield. On number 6 and 8, we got Srepolja and the young talent, and Mazar, also young talent. And on the left back, Urata, that came back from Japan, and 2 center backs, Kovacic and Svetko, and on the right back, Krušek. And on the goalkeeper, we know the Bosnian goalkeeper got injured in the World Cup, warming up, unfortunately. Not even on the World Cup. A week before the World Cup, he got injured. And now they signed up Carlos Sentić, ex-Hajduk player. So the game finished 2-0. Not much to say about the game. Dinamo won pretty easy. Then today, Saturday, we have some games also. Gorica and Osijek. That's actually now 3 o'clock. I'm sorry. Before that, actually right now at this moment, Istra Lokomotiva Zagreb 0-0, 17 minutes. Then later on today, Gorica Osijek. And tomorrow we have the European teams that played. Varaždin is playing against Hajduk Split, and Rijeka is playing the newcomer Rudeš. So that's that for the Croatian League. And also Tuesday, Thursday, they all gonna play Europa again, Champions League game for Dinamo Zagreb versus Kaunas Žalgiris. Željko Sopić is the coach, as we mentioned. And then Thursday, we have Hajduk against the other Žalgiris, and the Rijeka against the Finnish team. And that will be it at the moment. We're gonna play another song, and we'll be back because the program is almost over for today's show.
This program is paid for by Croatian American Media Association, a non-profit 501c3 organization under the laws of the state of New York. Croatians Online is a media platform with headquarters in New York City.
Vi slušate Croatians Online. You're listening to Croatians Online.
Sam je gledao u svitanje dana, u tihim noćima od zvjezdanog sna. Rumenim sutonima ona me ljubi, zelenim poljima i beskrajna. Ja sam je gledao kroz kapljice kiše, ona je svjetlo što me vodi kroz noć. Olujnim valovima ona me njiše, ona je ljubav koja ne može proći. Ja bi ugledao sunce kad bi ugledao nju, ja bi imao ljepotu da je pored mene tu. Ja sam znao da ću svoju ljubav pokloniti njoj, mojoj lijepoj zemlji Hrvatskoj. Ja sam znao da ću svoju ljubav pokloniti njoj, mojoj lijepoj zemlji Hrvatskoj.
This program is paid for by Croatian American Media Association, a non-profit
Was it that thank you Deno for the sport part. We had wonderful guests today, and definitely we explored how they actually are on their way through the career and through the creation of different startups that they are doing nowadays with the help of Infobip, with the help of some other companies, and participating in Scale 2.0 event. So that's it from our end today. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for listening to the program, and see you next time.
Kada odrasteš na ovoj cesti, naučiš voljeti svoj život na njoj. Prvoj se loti daš lako smesti, na kojoj piše jedinoj ljubavi mojoj. Oči sve te vide samo tvoje boje i bude onaj osjećaj u meni da zauvijek te volim. Moja želja to je, ja pjevam glasno, a ti samo kreni. Igraj moja Hrvatska, kad te vidim, ja srce mi gori, srce mi gori. Ono vatreno, uvijek blondilo, neka se bori, za tebe bori, jer te čekaju sve gore i tvoje plavo more. Hrvatska, kad te vidim, ja srce mi gori, srce mi gori. Kada odrasteš u mome kraju, cesta tu nauči svu djecu kako voljeti svoje, da sada znaju, uz tebe tu